Hello, everyone. Um, we're so excited that this day has come. My name is Yuki Takeda from the International Whistlers Guild. Here we have Mike Shanin and Guy Scalasa, also from the IWG. And David is working on in the background. So the four of us today will present to you the long-awaited results of Global Whistling Championship 2021. Are you all excited? I see some messages in the chat. I hope, for some people it's super early in the morning. For some people it's super late, but I hope you are all excited. Now I am going to quickly pass the mic on to Mike, pun not intended, to introduce our organization, IWG. So Mike?
Yeah, thanks, Yuki. And of course, thanks everyone for joining. We do have the chat on the live stream, so feel free to, get excited, to cheer people on and all that sort of stuff. But for those that don't know, the IWG, or the International Whistlers Guild, which is who put on this event, the Global Whistling Championship, we are an organization that was founded back in 2020. And lots of cool stuff coming out of the IWG. I think one of the biggest things that we implemented this year is the membership. So you can actually become a member of the International Whistlers Guild and enjoy lots of awesome benefits, including discounts. So if you were a member, you actually had a discount to this year's Global Whistling Championship, and of course, further championships that we have. We actually have, I think, 66 members as of today. So just being the first year organization, or the first year we've offered the memberships, we thank everyone that's been able to join and kind of enjoyed whistling together and with us. So big thank you to everyone who went and did that. And just to talk about another main benefit of the IWG, we have what's called master classes. And so master classes are where we bring somebody in and talk about a specific topic in the world of whistling. And so our first master class we already had was by our awesome other IWG co-founder, Yuki, and he talked all about warbling. And you can find some of that masterclass on our YouTube channel, but of course, IWG members get access to all the masterclasses recordings for free whenever you want to listen to them or rewatch. And so speaking of that, we actually are planning on doing a second master class sometime in the new year. And that's going to be about whistling as a life career. And so if any of you aspiring whistlers out there are looking to make the transition into, let's say, professional whistler, to do some gigs and make some money and potentially even have it as your full-time career, then that's going to be something that you might want to attend. And for any of our further master classes, you actually do need to be an IWG member to attend those. So if you're interested in master classes, if you're interested in all of the other events that we have throughout the year, like we have certain concerts that only members can participate in and things like this. So really cool opportunity. And to learn more, you can go to our website at whistlersguild.org/membership to learn more about membership, but there's all sorts of good information on the website. And again, I think we're just really excited that so many people joined in this first year, and we just want to grow whistling. We want you guys to get exposure. We want whistling in general to get exposure. So, please do consider joining, and we're definitely open to ideas and things that we can do to grow the community. So thank you, everyone. And I think that's about it for the basic introductions today. And so what I'm going to do is pass it off to David, who's going to start talking about the GWC 2021 event. David?
Hello, everybody. So, first, I wanted to introduce our judges. So I actually can't hear you on stream right now there, Mike. Okay, so I think I will be starting by introducing our judges. You guys should be able to hear me in Zoom now as well, because I am coming over the stream, I believe. Okay. So to start off, I wanted to give a brief introduction to our judges. So we have 3 returning judges from last year and 1 new judge this year. So for those of you who don't know, so first we have Hayden, who is a professional trombonist, composer, arranger, and music educator based in South Florida. Next we have Romu, who is a graduate of the Tokyo University of the Arts Department of Musical Creativity and Environment with a bachelor's degree in music, and is currently a graduate student writing his thesis in music education and vocal music. Next we have Matea, who is a graduate of the Frost School of Music at the University of Miami with a bachelor's degree in violin performance, and also earned a master's degree in violin performance from Florida International University. Our new judge this year is Blake Birmingham, who is an American euphoniumist, composer, and educator. So these are our judges for this year, and we're really excited to have them with us. And we're glad to have a broad spectrum of talents in our judges for music performance, and I didn't mention this earlier, but Romu is also a former champion whistler. So the next thing I want to talk about is some statistics about this event. So we had 78 total competitors, though one person did have to drop out partway through due to extenuating circumstances. And so the first thing I wanted to talk about is the nationality of our competition. So one of the things that we were so happy about for this competition is the ability for it to be very accessible to everybody around the world. So we actually had 17 different countries and territories represented at this year's competition. The 2 most represented countries by far were the US and Japan. Both with a little over or around 25 people. We had people from 5 continents this year. We also had 5 continents last year, although we essentially traded South America for Africa. And still nobody from Antarctica. We're waiting on it to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. For the age range of competitors is the widest range we've had. Our youngest competitor was only 7 years old, and our oldest competitor was 77 years old. The average age was 37, and so we actually had 12 competitors under the age of 18, and we had 1 person that was 18 that made it into our top 25 this year. And so you can see the breakdown of the different age groups. The biggest age group is the 30 to 49 age group, and we did actually have 5 people over at least U.S. retirement age of 65. For gender, we had 51 people who identified as male, 24 as female, and 1 person that listed as other. So this was a fun one that we added this year. Last year we asked if people had experience in a competition before. This year we asked what competition. So we had 26 people that this was their first ever whistling competition of any kind. we had 37 people who are returning competitors from last year, and of those 37 people, 23 of them last year was their first ever whistling competition, so this would be their second. We had 2 people that were in the International Whistlers Convention in either North Carolina or other places it was held. And then we had 12 people from the World Whistlers Convention in Japan, 11 people from the Masters of Musical Whistling in LA, and 1 person from another in-person competition. Our most experienced whistler has actually, including this competition, competed in at least 12 whistling competitions. It's possible that they've participated in more. So we were really interested to see these numbers. There were at least 4 or 5 people who had competed in more than 5 competitions in the past. Some very experienced whistlers. We also asked, how did you hear about the competition? And we were encouraged to see that all of the different avenues that we advertised through did help people find out about the competition. So we had 1 person come from the Whistling Discord server. 20 people found out because we emailed them. 2 people came for an ad we put out in Facebook. 21 people found out through word of mouth from a friend or family. 10 people were just looking around for whistling competitions and found us. And 16 people found out through our social media. And then 8 people fell into some other category. Now this is my favorite slide. So this is the number of people that submitted to the competition based on the day of October. So every year we expect this to happen, but we had I think 2 people submit on the first day, opening day of the 16th of October, and then every day we had 2 or 3 or maybe 5 people submit, and then on the very last day we had almost 50 people submit. So every year we're a little stressed right before the competition starts, because we're thinking, I don't know if anybody's going to join. And then all of a sudden everybody submits their stuff. And that's when all the problems happen and people are like, my video's not working, or all kinds of stuff. So this was fun to show you guys the visualization. We are very appreciative of those who sent us videos very early, so we were well prepared and ready for those. So we have some fun facts here. So for the public voting segment, we had a little over 1,000 total votes. And this year we added the ability to comment, add just a general comment with your vote. There were so many kind comments saying, nice things about the competitors, some funny comments saying, my math teacher sent me. We saw some fun comments just describing how beautiful some of the whistling was. It was very encouraging to see. And some people were just encouraged that there is a competition at all. So we're very happy to share that. And then next we had the total video views. So in the first round, so that was the all 78 or 77 videos, we had a little over 5,000 total views on YouTube. And in the second round, it was a little under 3,000 for the top 25 videos. So we wanted to do a brief description of the GWC format for this year. So the first round, we designed this to be able to decide the top 25, which is similar to last year. But this year we added a second round, which is able to determine our top 10, which we then use for the public voting phase for the People's Choice Award. We think that this was a bit more digestible for voting, so that people could more easily watch all 10 videos as opposed to voting on all 25 like last year. And we wanted to expressly mention that this year, when we say the top 10 or the top 3 and the champion, that the public voting aspect of the competition is not included in people's placements. The public voting is only used to determine the People's Choice Award, which we will talk more about later. And with that, I will hand it over real quick to Blake Birmingham. Give me a second. All right, and now we are in Zoom.
So,
hello, everyone hear me?
Blake, just gonna quickly introduce you. Today we have two of our honorable judges with us. We have Blake Birmingham and Romu Aoyagi, and each of them will give us everyone who joined the competition general feedback, and we hope to learn a lot from what they have seen and what they have experienced this time. So sorry for interrupting, Blake. Please go ahead.
That's okay. I wanted to first off say, I won't take too much time, but first off, thank you for all the organizers for asking me to judge. It was an extremely difficult process, but also an extremely rewarding process. It was an amazing experience to get to hear so many different performances, so many different types of music, all from masters of their craft from all over the world. And it was actually a lot of fun. I was worried when I first was asked, is this going to take a lot of time? Is this going to be annoying? But I really loved it. So bravo to everyone that competed. The level of performances were extremely high. And I just want to personally congratulate everyone that competed and wish the best to everyone in this competition and in your future endeavors. And if you have any direct questions about my judging or comments, I'm happy to touch base with you. I don't think I should maybe go through all 25 while we're here. But my Gmail is blakebirminghammusic@gmail. You can get in touch with me with that, or on Instagram or on Facebook, and I'd be happy to get back with you and talk with you about my thoughts. But I really was impressed with every single performance I heard, and it was really hard to pick a winner. So bravo to everyone who competed, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Blake. And now we will have Romu come up. Okay, just 1 second, Romu, until I put you on the screen. There you go. Okay, and I will translate you.
皆さん、こんにちは。前回の昨年の大会に引き続いて審査員をさせていただきました青柳ロムと言います。
Hello everyone. Thank you for having me as a judge again this year. My name is Romu Aoyagi.
今回もたくさんの素敵な演奏を聴かせていただいてありがとうございます。
I thank everyone for submitting great performances this year again.
かつて私自身も他の大会で優勝したことはあるんですけれども、そんな私でもこれは真似できない圧倒されたようなね演奏もいくつもあって非常に楽しませていただきました。
Though I have won a whistling competition in the past, there were several performances that I thought could not imitate at all. So it was a very interesting and exciting experience.
この口笛界隈の全体のさらなる発展を願ってですね、僭越ながら審査員としての私なりのアドバイス皆さんにお伝えできればなと思います。
With all my wishes to improve and enhance this whistling community and the art of whistling, as a judge, I would like to provide a few comments.
今回 決勝に進んだ方と、そうでない方の大きな違いは、ズバリ人に聴いてもらう演奏かどうかという点だと思います。
The most important difference between those who advanced to the final round and those who couldn't is whether your performance was meant for other people to listen.
もし自分がお客さんだったらこの演奏を聴きたいと思うかなと、そういった視点で自分の演奏を客観的に聴いてみてください。
Please look at and watch your performance again objectively and think whether you as an audience would like to listen to your performance.
特に口笛は日常生活の中で自己満足のために吹くことが多い楽器です。
Especially because whistling is something you do a lot for yourself in your free time in your life.
口笛が他の楽器と対等になるには、まずは自己満足ではなくて誰かに聴いてもらうんだっていう意識の部分から変えていかなければなりません。
In order for whistling to become at par with other musical instruments, we need to change the mindset about whistling from something that, satisfies yourself to something of a performance for other people.
そういった目線で自分の演奏を見ると、ピッチが高いなとか、音の安定感がないなとか、そういった改善点がすぐに見えてくるはずです。
And if you have that point of view, you should notice in your performances intonation issues and すいません、ピッチと何でしたっけ？
音の安定感が、
Stability.
はい、
And all those elements will become clear to you.
そういった具体的な改善点とか、好評に書かせていただいたので、参加者の皆さんは、よかったら後で役立ててもらえればなっていうふうに思います。
I have written in the participant feedback to each individual performance. So I hope my comments will be helpful to all of you.
今回、いい結果が残せた方も、納得いく演奏ができなかった方も、あるいは今回出場はしてないけれども、今後興味があるよっていう皆さんも、ぜひね、次回の大会でさらにレベルアップした演奏が聞けるのを楽しみにしてます。
For those who win this competition, for those who could not do their best performance this time, and for those who haven't joined the competition yet, I hope that all of you will improve and do a great job next year.
皆さん本当にお疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。Thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations to everyone. Okay, thank you, Romu. Thank you so much.
Thank
for your
you.
comments. Now, so as Romu just mentioned, we will provide to all participants judges' feedback. So for those who were advanced to the final rounds, you will receive a comment and a scores, detailed scores and your rank amongst the finalists, only for your second video. Unfortunately, we didn't get to have feedback for your first videos, but you will get a detailed feedback for your second video. And those who did not make it to the final rounds, you will receive also similarly comments from the judges. And because of the way that we organized the format to this competition, there will be no numerical scores, but you will receive feedback on your fortes and areas for improvement. So I hope that will be helpful to all of you. And the participants should expect their feedback before the end of January. So please give us a little bit of time to process it. Now, we have a special video message from our GWC 2020 first place winner, Frank Opedijk.
Hey everyone, Frank here from the Netherlands. Good to see you all. I had the honor last year to be the winner of the first Global World Championship ever, 2020. And the organization asked me to share a bit with you about what happened to me after I've won this competition. If some doors got opened or if I had any experiences. So I would like to share with you some things from my life. First of all, I was really honored last year to share the stage with all these amazing contestants, whistlers from all around the world. And I was honored even more by being awarded the first prize. So that was already amazing for me. And then a lot of cool things happened this year. And one of my personal favorites was that I got invited by the Queen and the King of the Netherlands in the palace in The Hague. So I went there with my broken car, who was hanging together with duct tape, and I was admitted to the parking lot of the palace by a lot of soldiers who were saluting me officially when I drove by, like I was the king, the king, and not only the 2020 king of whistling. So I went there and it was just like in the fairy tales, with servants walking around with silver dishes with the best food you can imagine. And I got seated almost next to the king at a small table, and we had lunch there, and was a really amazing experience. And a story that I got to tell in the class of my children to my daughter. Oldest daughter is 8 years old, so these children were looking at me like I was some kind of a hero from a fairy tale myself. And another cool thing for me, personal highlight, was that I got to perform together with my whistling hero Geert Chatroux. We whistled a duet, and I've known Geert already for quite a long time. It was the first time that we performed together. Uh, I didn't perform so much this year. This was not only because of Corona, the pandemic, but also because it was not really my ambition to be a professional whistler. So I got invited by the media a lot. I was invited to every talk show, to participate in radio shows and do interviews in newspapers. And I did a lot of these things, but at some point I just stopped doing it because I participated in the competition merely for the pure joy of it and not really because I wanted to perform a lot and whistle a lot. Uh, so, but it got me thinking because I'm actually a professional pianist, and I noticed how the media really jumped into this news. You know, as a pianist and concert organizer, I've been trying to put my name out there a lot of times, and it's really hard to get through this wall where you're competing with thousands of other musicians who are just doing almost the same thing as you are doing. So with whistling, it's much different because it's quite unique. There are not so many people who are doing it. If I'm talking about this subject, a lot of people don't even know what it is and that it exists. So if my piece of advice for the winner of this year is that if you want to perform a lot and to get a career out of this, well, I think you probably can. So you should leverage the fact that the media just like this kind of news so much by after winning this competition. I suggest that you just send out a press release to the media, to the newspapers, to talk shows, perhaps even internationally, just like Geert Chatroux, the former world champion, did some years ago. After he won, a friend of his sent out press releases to the media, and a few months later he was able to quit his job and become a full-time whistler. So that's my advice for you. In the meantime, I'm very curious who's going to win this year. I have my personal suspicions, but let's see and find out. Until then, have a good day and cheers to the winner. Able to quit his job
Thank you, Frank, for your message. We're so happy that you were able to benefit from all your hard work, and our platform and community was also able to benefit you. I mean, you got to sit down with the king. That's pretty cool. That is a really amazing experience, and we're just so happy that we were able to be a small part of it, making it happen. So thank you for sharing, and we wish you well in your future endeavors. Next, we're going to hear from our dear friend and a whistling legend, Carol Ann Kaufman. She's a two-time world champion whistler. Carol Ann created her own whistling competition in 2015. Many of you may have heard of it, the Masters of Musical Whistling. Thanks to Carol Ann, actually, and many others, the whistling community really came together, and competitions like MMW is really how we all met and what inspired us to kind of make our own dent in the whistling world. So thanks, Carol Ann. I'm going to hand it over to you.
Wow, well, that is quite an introduction. Thank you so very much. I'm extremely touched, and I am extremely proud to be a part of this community where people are stepping up and being a part of changing the history of music and how it's perceived and how it's enjoyed and how it is learned and experienced throughout the world. So, you know, I know we want to be humble and cute and say it's just some little part, but we are making a dynamic difference in the music world for all time. And so I don't want to, you know, be too grandiose, but, you know, I love to do that. So I'm going to anyway, because it's special what we're doing. And this is not just a message for, you know, the incredible team of the IWG, and the International Whistlers Guild has just moved forward in perfect timing when we did not have the opportunity to get together face to face. How wonderful that the work that you were already putting together came together perfectly during a time when we all wanted to express a sense of community so importantly. So I just really want to acknowledge all of your hard work, all of your dedication, all the work that we don't even know happens, that does happen. And, you know, what's really cool, whistling world, is that just like myself, just like these men and women that are part of this organization, there's nothing extra special about us other than we're whistlers, and we want to participate and be a part of making something that we love a bigger thing, because that's what makes life more interesting for ourselves and others. So that's what whistling does for you. That's why you're here to participate. That's what whistling does for me. So I also want to acknowledge, of course, the World Whistlers Convention, and Ryosuke Takeuchi has just been a huge part of the momentum that keeps whistling in the forefront. Of course, Alan DeHart, who's kind of our grandfather at the International Whistlers Convention. I really just wanted to acknowledge what Romu said for a quick moment. It was so brilliant, and talking about the audience. That's exactly what I'm always talking about. And so, you know, really kind of take a step back in your art. That's what I had to do when I started whistling competitively, which really only means I started whistling realizing that other people are interested and that there was a forum for me. So if it's not competition, that's okay. But you're taking your art and something that's special, that makes a difference in the, you know, as music can, and you're giving it to others, right? And that's what our judge is talking about. He's not talking about judging. He's talking about giving the gift of what you have to other people. And the way you do that is by connecting. I'm staring right at where my audience is right now. I'm breathing, and I'm intending to give you the message that I'm filtering through myself. So you're my audience, and I want to give that to you. So that's sort of my little advice to you on how you can take the judge's advice and hopefully bring that forward a little more. And of course, my last little tidbit is the same one that I'm always going to tell you, which is get help. Get help. Anything you want to do in life, if you want to make yourself world-class level, I promise you it's not going to happen in your closet when you're the judge and jury. All right, because we're all amazing, especially when we're not listening from the outside. It's impossible to really have any perspective. So if you want to grow, step out on a limb, get a coach. There's always somebody there. I can be your coach. Probably anybody on the IWG can as well. So just congratulations to all of the participants of the Global Whistling Championship, to the winner. Go out there and tell everybody. I don't care. Hi, my name is Carol. I'm a whistling champion. That's what I do always. So, mwah. And thank you for letting me be a part of this incredible community.
Awesome. Thank you, Carol Ann, for your kind words and for your wisdom. You always have good wisdom, and I think we could really learn a lot if we take some of that with us. So now is the moment you've all been waiting for. We want to thank everybody for your patience, your participation. This truly would not have been possible with all of you. Thank you. Without further ado, let's see the results.
Congratulations to everyone from 10th to 4th place.
Well, congratulations to all the winners. It was a very exciting and also heartbreaking moment that we need to rank all these amazing performers, and yet it means something to win and place in this competition. It is a proof that your performance, your music, your whistling is appreciated by the most professional musicians and by the people. So congratulations to each one of you. And yes, sorry, I'm also very excited, so I'm kind of forgetting what I'm supposed to say, but each of you, the top 3 winners and the People's Choice Award winner, will receive a plaque with your name and your placement engraved that you can, show everybody and put it in your room, place it by your window shelf. So yeah, please wait a little bit until that arrives at your place. And if Yusuke, our first prize winner, is available for a comment, could you please unmute yourself? Okay, we have Yusuke here. Hello, Yusuke, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Many congratulations.
Yeah.
Would you be able to give us a couple comments on how you
Okay.
feel? How was your experience? What are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I can't speak fluently, but I try to speak in English. Yeah. Also, should I introduce myself?
Sure, of course.
Okay, but shortly. Yeah. Hello, my name is Yusuke Matsumura. I'm from Japan, and I live in Germany to study in the Music University Trossingen in Germany. I major classical singing as opera, so as to opera. And yeah, I'm glad to get the global champion. And I have played whistling over 15 years. Yeah? And I have practiced long time, and I experienced many stages in Japan, not only in Japan, but also in Germany. Yeah. But I got the prize because of support of many people. At first, I want to say that thank you for my family, friends, teachers, and IWC group. Thank you for your organization. The life as a whistler haven't finished. Also, my life as a whistler. I'll keep performing whistling, and I hope the development of the art of whistling. Also, thank you for hearing, listening to.
I was muted. Thank you so much, Yusuke. We look forward to more amazing performances coming from you, whether in live concerts or online on YouTube on your channel.
Yeah.
Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
And I would like to mention just one thing about our People's Choice Award. It is a special award for us. It actually means a lot to us. Not just that your performance was popular for those of you who got many votes. It also means that you are contributing to the world of whistling by spreading your phenomenal whistling performance to all your acquaintances and the world. And in that way, you are promoting not just yourself, not just your whistling, but the art of whistling itself to the world. So the People's Choice Award actually can also be called the Whistling Ambassadors award. That's what it means. That's what it is. And we really hope that people understand the value of it. And we really congratulate Aina La Silva Ora for her People's Choice Award. Now, with that, we conclude the award results ceremony. And for some quick final closing remarks, I will pass the mic on to Mike.
Again, yeah, thank you, Yuki. Yeah, I think everything, of course, congrats to everyone, all the participants, very much congrats. It's definitely not easy to put your stuff out there, right? Whistling is generally, I think for most of us, kind of a personal thing. And so it can be quite scary to join a competition like this. And the placements are great, but simply joining the competition is amazing. And you should all be proud of yourselves. And it really, truly is more about the community, not necessarily where you place, but just being a part of the community and contributing. And the other thing that I will say is the whistling ambassador and everything that Yuki just mentioned, same with what Frank mentioned in his video earlier, is that I think everyone, whether you weren't in the top 25 or whether you were in the top 25, I think everyone today has the opportunity to sort of sell themselves as a whistler. You can easily contact local media and say that you are a part of an international whistling competition, because people do find it interesting. Like Frank said, the news, the media, they really like this stuff because it's new, it's different. And when people actually hear it for the first time, again, even if you didn't make the top 10, people are going to be amazed. Usually you are the best whistler that you know. You might be the best whistler in your city. And so it is newsworthy, even if you haven't won. So if you're not sure maybe how to contact groups like that, then feel free to let us know at the IWG, and we'd be happy to help you with something like that. What I'd like to say at the end here too, as we sort of wrap up, is as part of the IWG, International Whistlers Guild, we're actually looking to expand. So having these competitions, having our events throughout the year, doing website updates and social media, it takes a lot of time. And all of us are currently volunteers. We work for free, we don't get paid, that sort of stuff. But there's more that we want to do. We have a bunch of great ideas, and it usually just comes down to time. And so what we're actually trying to hope for in this next year is to open up the IWG Executive Committee and have more people join, so that you can also help grow the art of whistling and help this community grow through being a part of the IWG Executive. And so that could be a role such as a social media manager, or helping with the email coordination, or helping with coordinating and managing events. We also have a newsletter, and some of our members would have seen that newsletter recently. So you can help write that newsletter. Basically, just help us in any way possible. And so if you are one of these people that wants to help the community and join the IWG Executive, then please do contact us in any way that you can think of. Of course, our email is probably best, whistlersguild@gmail.com. But you can also message any of us individually, myself, Yuki, Gaiska, even on the Discord or on any of the Facebook groups. If you request or tell anywhere that you're interested, we'll see it and we will start a discussion. So just wanted to mention that too. The IWG is looking to extend and grow its executive committee. And so if you're interested, let us know. And this takes us to about the end. So I'm going to go back to Yuki to close it off. Thanks again to everyone.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around for 1 whole hour. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. We expanded it so much compared to last year's, and we put in a lot of stuff. And I hope it was not just enjoyable, but also helpful for your future whistling performances. And with that, we end our Global Whistling Championship 2021 awards ceremony. Thank you so much. Now, we will have a Zoom after party. We will type the Zoom URL in the YouTube chat. So if you have some time right now, if you're willing to just chat with everyone and about the competition or whistling in general, anything, feel free to join us. We will be typing the Zoom URL.
I think we can't necessarily do that in the YouTube chat because that will be saved afterwards.
We can delete the comment.
Okay, we can do that.
Yes. So we will type it there, and then we will delete it after 5 minutes. So make sure you copy the URL now. When you see the address. Mike, can you help me do that?
Yeah, I should be able to post that too.
All right.
Are you going to mention about the feedback?
Yes. And for all the participants this year, we will send you a link to the feedback form. We asked you to give us feedback about the competition, what you felt was good, what you felt was, can be improved a little next year. We received a lot of feedback last year, and it was very helpful in us reorganizing this competition, doing better. So yes, please take your time and provide us feedback in the feedback form that we will provide the link for in an email to be sent to you very soon, in a couple days. Okay. So with that, we shall move to the Zoom. Thank you everyone for being here, and we hope to see you in person in the near future. If not, we will keep connected, in touch online. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All the
Bye-bye.
winners.